everyone. Welcome to another session of the Blind Girl Empowerment Program. We have moved all of our sessions online onto this YouTube channel, so you can come back and check it out at any point due to the high demand of people outside of our age range that want to know more about how to deal with things as a blind female. So this is for everybody, and to go back to future references as well as accommodate with my college schedule a little more. It's a little bit busier, which is why I haven't gotten to do a video until now. This one is going to be pretty short and simple. This one is all about hair care and hygiene. So without further ado, let's get into it. So we all know that we want to be clean, and that is the best thing to do, especially as an athlete. So you might want to make sure after you do an event where you're sweating a lot that you take care of yourself, so you shower afterwards, or at least get a shower within it instead of just doing your workout, coming back, and just going to bed. Even though that sounds like a great idea, it's always best to take care of yourself and shower. If you don't, it can kind of lead into other situations where you can have maybe a urinary tract infection or other issues or other infections that could come about if you don't shower afterwards. Plus, you smell nicer. You want to get all of that sweat and everything off of you when you're done working out. And same thing with like washing your hair. You want to make sure that it's not greasy or that it's all stringy. You want to make sure it looks nice and clean. And you'll feel it too. Like after you do a workout, it's kind of like stringy and kind of slimy-ish maybe, or kind of feels heavy on your head. That's kind of when you should clean it. And you don't have to clean your hair every day. You should wash it maybe 2-3 times a week, but your body needs to be washed on a regular basis. But your hair does not need to be washed as much. You could damage your hair if you wash it too much. But that also, if you start working out a lot, you're gonna need to wash your hair because you have more oils going into your hair and all that salt, and you just want to get all of that out of your hair, or else it'll make it greasier faster. So you have that as hygiene, the biggest, most important one, and sometimes the one that is easily forgotten about. So then we go to wearing things like deodorant. Very, very important. You don't want to be stinky. Nobody wants you to be stinky around them. So as a female athlete, and several of my other friends that are female athletes will tend to go towards a male type based deodorant because they are a bit stronger than the female ones, and they kind of do better with like masking the scent. Also, they kind of smell nice too. You don't smell as girly, but if you want to smell like, flowers or something, you could do that too. Completely up to you, 100%. That choice is up to you of what type of deodorant you like to use. I just like to use the male version because I think it works better and it makes it so I'm not as stinky. So I can, go do a run, and then I can go to class and put some of the deodorant on and just go. I don't have to worry about like, oh, that flower smell didn't really cover it, and now I really stink and everybody's smelling me. So that is something else to kind of think about when you're doing it, and what kind you want to do. You can play around with it. It's all up to your perspective and how you feel. All personal choice. And then we go into our hair care. Ladies, we are hairy people, just like our guys. Not as much, but it also depends on you as the individual. So some girls have more hair, some have less. Some who might have brown hair will also have darker hair that comes in. So the most important thing is, I want everybody to know is, if you're blind, everybody can see that. that is something I would just want people to know. Like, whatever you can feel, so like if you feel your armpits and they feel very fuzzy, all the sighted people around you can see that. Um, and they see it like on a regular basis. Not unless you, like, if you wear a t-shirt, they can see it. Or like a tank top, or like if you raise your arms and it's like fully exposed. Like, they can't see it through your t-shirt, but through your shirt. But like if you have it where your armpit is going to be exposed and out into the elements, they can see that. So you kind of want to, and personal preference, if you want to shave that or not. Some people choose not to. Some people choose to. Personal preference. I do. I think it helps with my running, because then it's not as, doesn't rub as much when I run, and I just feel lighter when I do that. As well as also shaving your legs. Not the best thing, or not the best thing, not the most exciting thing, but it is something that all female athletes have to do. All female athletes, sighted or not, will have that one spot. It's always behind the knee that you missed, or it's on the knee that you missed. It's somewhere near the knee, but everybody has that. And just keep in mind that that is something else that people can see, and you just kind of want to take care of that and maintain it so you can look a little nicer. And also for some athletes, having like for myself, for triathlon, I make sure that like I shave a bunch before I go, because then it helps with putting on equipment a little easier and taking it off a little easier. Think of like having a wetsuit where it sticks to your whole body, and trying to take it off with hairy legs versus non-hairy legs. It just slides right off your legs if you shave them, and it just makes life so much easier. So as a blind person, I will go for some of the razors that have the soap around it, so then I'm less likely to cut myself. And I also can, when you like rub it down your leg, it leaves a little like soap trail, so I can kind of feel like, okay, that part is soapy, this part is not, and then I can kind of work from there. I like using those. You do, once they start to go down, you may, end up cutting yourself a little bit. Happens. Everybody does it, sighted or not. That's what happens. But that is something that I use. But that is also personal preference. Everything that I mention in all of these videos are all personal preference, and it's up to all of you if you want to use it or not. If you want to take my advice or not. I make these based on my experience so that it can help you or help the next person down the line. So that is briefly what we have for hair care and hygiene. If you are coming to Camp Abilities Brockport this year, we are having this session in person. All of these sessions are going to be in person. So we will expand on the hair care a little bit more, about teaching individuals how to put up your hair in a ponytail, how to do a braid. I am just not sure how I'm going to do this virtually to be able to describe it enough without actually having all of you be able to feel it and see how it goes. So, but if you're coming to Camp Abilities Brockport, we will be doing that. So stay tuned for that. If you do want to have me do a ponytail, bun, braid type of video, let me know, and I can collaborate with some people on my sighted side and my blind side of the friends and see what we can do to help accommodate that for you. So I'm glad that you all have tuned in to this video, and I hope to see you next time.